Hey guys, welcome back to the garden. Okay, so it's another grey winter day, and I've had a few questions from some viewers, and I think they might be interesting to everyone, or some of you at least. I'm gonna ramble and explain, and we'll see how that goes. One question was, why do I spend so much time cleaning up the garden in spring? And I do ask myself that question every year because it's a lot of work. There are several reasons. I mean, as you can see, this is a good example. So you see the soil armor, that's all the leaves that are falling in fall, and I leave those. I would never take those out. But what I'm left with when I go into spring are all of these dried out sticks and stuff, and it's just a little messy. And what I could do was that I could sort of chop these up and just leave them, and that would be maybe the best way, because then I'm not taking out anything from the garden, any carbon or organic material. But I also kind of like the cleaning up, because what happens is that I see what's thriving, and I see if I have any invasive weeds that I need to do something about, if I have the energy and the time. So it's always like a question of how much order do I want in the garden. And I think one of my problems is probably also that I have filled this garden to the brim. Meaning that if I don't clean or clear out and dig stuff up and move stuff around, it's hard to move around in the garden. It's just too much growing. That's kind of a positive problem to have, I know this, but it does require me to do some work and some adjustments every spring. And sometimes in the fall also. You can maybe see that I have to sort of duck to get around. I like the tidiness also. Maybe it's in my DNA on my mother's side, I should say. So this means that I kind of like cleaning my house in spring, and I also like to clean the garden. It's like starting over, and I like that. We also have like this retreat center with a lot of groups coming, and many of them, almost all of them, are using the garden very much for meditation and just to wander around and connect with nature and diversity and beauty and all of those things. So it means that maybe I'm also a little more orderly and businesslike because of that. I think I owe it to all the groups coming here, and you see this pile. It annoys me, so I'm gonna remove it later on. I mean, of course, the growth is gonna cover all of this sort of dead stuff, but it takes a while, and it means that the beauty of spring, I think, will be less for me, and that's why I choose to clean most of the dead stuff out of the garden in spring. So there you have it. I don't know, maybe you have if you have any thoughts on this. Would there be another way to do it? You see this also, a lot of bindweed has infested this area, and it really means that if I don't remove the dead stuff, it doesn't look nice. And I know permaculture is maybe not about it looking nice, but in my garden, beauty really is a crop also. So that's one of the reasons, another reason why I do it. But while we are here, I had another question from a viewer, and this is my proud Pinus Pinea. These are these pine trees that produce these amazing, delicious pine nuts, and this is the real deal. And it shouldn't actually be able to grow in this garden. And I made a video some years ago about actually making it grow and being surprised about it, because actually from over here it's west and it gets hammered in winter with all the western winds that we have. All the gales are coming from west usually, but it really does seem to be happy. And also I have done some stuff to amend the soil. I gathered a lot of pine needles in other places and trying to make it feel at home, because this is heavy clay soil and I wasn't sure it was going to like it. I haven't had any fruits or any nuts yet, but I think last year was the first time I saw what I thought to be both male and female flowers, or whatever you want to call these. It didn't produce any pine cones, but I'm hoping maybe this year. But then again, I think I read someplace that they might need 2 to actually produce nuts in the cones. I don't know. If you know anything more about this amazing pine tree growing here, what is this? Is this a cone or is this reproductive organs? I don't know, because I don't know much about these. I know I love them when I'm in Italy. I think they are so beautiful, like these green clouds just standing everywhere, and I'm hoping it produces some pine nuts, because I love them too. Anyway, that's an update. I think it's more than 10 years old, so it's taken a long time, but I think now it feels like it really has power to withstand the winters and the wet and the clay and the wind. Apparently it does actually look quite healthy. I read somewhere also the other day that actually the winters have been getting, over the past, I think 20 years or 30 years maybe, the winters here in Denmark have been getting a lot warmer, so 3 degrees warmer in comparison. And I think that also might be one of the reasons why it is actually surviving the winters here. And even here on Samsø, we do have a couple of degrees warmer, because we are a small island and we are in the middle of the sea, and that makes the climate a little warmer. Other than that, I think everything is looking like it could need a clean. I'm not up for it, but I will be, so I'm starting slowly. Here we are with a limelight, Elaeagnus ebingi. I love this. It flowers in fall, and it's the first to produce berries in spring, and it's a nitrogen fixer, and I think it's really, really lovely. You can see here tiny berries and the leftover flowers. Whoa, it fell. But I think it's an interesting crop and a beautiful sort of service plant. So there you have it. I'll end on that. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.